Could it be? But me, your man, Louie Tee, welcome to Washington Football Overtime. Falcons, good guys. Man, it was a struggle. But once again, the offense comes up clutch to bail out this garbage-ass defense. And Dustin Hopkins, something's got to give, okay? You'll hear from me throughout the show. I see we've got comments. Let's get to the super chats right away. I don't want to lose any of these. B-Ball God, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. B-Ball God writes, Dustin's ass in the defense finna be unemployed tomorrow. Look, man, this defense is really, really a disappointment. I'm the constant optimist. And I keep talking about, okay, they'll figure it out, this, that, and the third. They're making the same mistakes over and over again. They're getting beat by the same things over and over again. And at some point, you have to come to the realization, which I have, that we're just not any good. We bid on another bad read by a safety. Okay, Landon Collins in the Giants game. This time it was Bobby McCain, who actually didn't have a terrible game. But you can't have that kind of snafu and give up a big play over the top. I talk about this every week. You can't give it up cheap and deep, especially to a Falcons team that hadn't scored 30 all season long. They scored 30 in this game. And then Dustin Hopkins, don't get me started on Dustin, okay? Dustin Hopkins, man, oh man. My patience is running thin. And I know for some of you, your patience has been gone a long time ago. I know the guy can kick, but this is getting out of control now. It's getting to the point now, and this is the problem we have now. We should have addressed this in the offseason. You're not going to find a good kicker on the street right now. You're not. I want to draft a kicker next year. No bullshit. I want to draft. I'm watching two young kickers this year. The Bengals drafted a kicker out of Florida. He's banging them from 58, and he only missed one kick this year. I want a new kicker. I want a young kicker. Shit's getting old quick. Almost cost us the game today. He almost cost us the game against the Giants. This shit is old. And I don't want to hear anything about operation. I don't want to hear anything about when we needed him, he made the kick. He missed 2 extra points, and we almost lost this game by 1. Thank you for the super chat, B-Ball God. Greatly appreciate you. Dewan Porch, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. And thank you for being a member of the MOBB. My guy, Dewan Porch, writes, good game, but man, our defense is bad. Amen. Also, William Jackson III isn't what I hoped he would be. I think we all can agree on that. Pass interference every game on crucial downs. Hail, hashtag TLH, it grows. TLH, the legend of Heineke, it grows. Look, he's pissing me off too, okay? But when we've needed him, he's delivered this season. But man, is it unconventional. And he's got to stop throwing the football to guys and getting them lit up. Hopefully, Antonio Gibson doesn't have broken ribs. He did come back in the game after he left briefly. I'm going to tell you right now, somebody may bring this up, but we won this game, but at what cost? We literally had 7 dudes go down with injuries in this game. Cam Sims left with an injury. Brandon Sheriff left with an injury. We had De'Ami Brown leave with an injury. Jonathan Allen left late with an injury. Torrey McTyer got injured on the last play of the game, was clutching at his knee, did not get up. Who else? I think I'm missing one more guy. We really got banged up today in this game. It came at a cost. John Bostic got injured today. You always complain about Bostic. Okay, I told you the one thing you didn't want to see was this depth at linebacker because we don't have any. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. 6 guys, and I may be missing someone. This one might have come at a cost. We'll see how severe those injuries are, but we left this game banged the hell up. Thank you for the super chat, Dewan Porch. Metaphor, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes. So now I have an ulcer. The drama. D still disappoints, but with all this ref crap, we really won 34-20. That's my feelings. Stand up regardless. F them. I thought the officials were terrible in this game on both sides. They had no idea if they were coming or going. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. They were throwing flags. They were picking them up. They didn't know what the hell they were doing out there. I thought they were going to give the game away at the end with the Terry fumble. And I told the mob, I said, the football gods owe us. They owe us. And they repaid us by not only giving us the pickup on the Torrey McTyer flag, which easily could have been a flag. I don't know why they picked that one up. They were both jostling, but he can't have his hands on the receiver that far down the field. But I guess they both said, look, they're both jostling with one another. Just pick the shit up. Okay, cool. I said, that's the football gods, even in the scores. I said, we may still have a little residual effect left because that wasn't enough. You know, the flag that they called on Chase Young cost us a touchdown. There should have been a turnover on downs. Instead, it cost Chase Young his first sack of the season, which he's to blame for that. And it gave them a touchdown. So I said, they still owe us a little bit. And that Terry, that wasn't a fumble. It was an incomplete pass. And I was scared, though, because this officiated crew was doing the most. So I didn't know what they were going to do there. Anyway, I digress. Thank you for the super chat. Metaphor. B-Ball God. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, B-Ball God. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat that writes, that roughing call was absolutely blasphemy. Yes, it was. It was terrible. But again, just like I said with J.D. McKissick last week on the OPI, on the opening possession versus Buffalo, do not put yourself in a position to where the officials can impact the game. It's like a boxer who wins almost every round boxing, but you leave it in the hands of the officials and who knows, or the judges in that case, who knows what they're thinking, who knows what they're scoring. Don't leave it in the hands of the judges in boxing, and don't leave it in the hands of the officials. He didn't touch his head. It looked like he was up around the head, neck area, but he wasn't. It doesn't matter. He should have been driving his shoulder into Matt Ryan's solar plex, and then he was scared. You want to tell you why? Because when he did it the other week, they called him for roughing the passer. So he didn't know. Chase Young is a confused soul right now. He didn't know what to do. I don't know if I should push him. I don't know if I should hit him. I don't know if I should drive him to the ground, because whatever I do, I'm going to get a flag. I don't blame him for wanting to push him. He's got to get a better push than that. You can't come with a forearm shiver. He should have come with a two-arm push. Matt Ryan would have went down. Fat American, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, the D-line played better in 17 and 18. He said, Jim Tom? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Let's see. We weren't talking about Jim Tom last year. Tony P56, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Tony P56 writes, did Chase get traded? Can't find him on our stat sheet. Jokes aside, he pressed the pocket better. He got robbed of a sack and penalized for it. You know it's a BS call when they don't show zoomed footage. Look, the bottom line is he put himself in that position. It was a terrible call. I agree. It should not have been flagged. I thought it was a horrendous call. I told you this officiating crew was terrible. How about Terry getting mugged on the touchdown, the second touchdown catch? Where's the flag? I want to know where's the flag, because if Terry doesn't catch that, I need to be first and goal from the one. You know what I'm saying? Where's the damn flag? The officials in this game were tripping. Straight up and down, no doubt about it. They were terrible. One of the worst officiating games I've seen this season. And we've been in quite a few where we've questioned the officials. This by far takes the cake. They were awful in this game. Luckily enough, we were able to overcome the officiating. Thank you for the super chat. Tony P56. Got another super chat. This one is from AfroCat2136. Thank you for the super chat. AfroCat2136, who writes, 2-2 to start the season. Going to be a tough road ahead, especially if some of these injuries lead to IR. God bless, Lou. I've aged 8 years since week 1. I bet you have. We all have some gray hairs that we didn't have before September the 15th or 12th, excuse me. So I'm right there with you. Bottom line is we've struggled to get here, but we've made it to 500. We've made it through October or November, or excuse me, September. See, I'm so damn bazity right now. I can't even get the month right. We've made it through September into October, and we're still playing meaningful football because the Cowboys look good. They won again today. The Giants got their first win. That gives me confidence that next week we can beat New Orleans. The Giants went into New Orleans and won that football game. I told you I'm not impressed with New Orleans. That's why we needed to win this game. I think we can win next week. We'll see. Let's just enjoy and savor this for now. There's still so much to clean up. We're not a good football team, but offensively, we have enough. It was good to see Curtis Samuel. It sucks that we may have tagged in Curtis Samuel and tagged out De'Ami Brown, so we still might not actually see what this offense truly looks like when fully healthy. But nonetheless, I'll take it. Just like you said, I'll take 2-2. No complaints here. I didn't think we would get to 2-2 the way that we did. And honestly, we should be 3-1. We should have beat the Chargers, but I'll take 2-2. TGM87, thank you for the super chat. And Logan Thomas, that's the 7th guy. I knew it was 7 people. Logan Thomas is the 7th guy that got injured in this game. We are in some trouble. I don't know if a tight end had a grab. Yes, Ricky Seals-Jones did have a catch and run for a first down, but we struggled at the tight end position after Logan left. It wasn't a lot of production there at all. CGM87, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, who writes, Lou, I'll take the win, but man, was it ugly. William Jackson III looks like Norman 2.0. Hopkins' final straw should be the 2 missed extra points, but Heineke is balling. William Jackson III has not started his Washington football team career. He hasn't gotten it off to a great start. I concur with that statement. I'm not giving up on him, but he's not playing with confidence right now. That is abundantly clear. The pressure has been ratcheted up on him because he was playing for the Bengals, and nobody gave a shit what he was doing out there, so he was able to play loose and free. Now these games matter. You're playing for a team where you're actually going to be playing in games that do matter for something, and now he's struggling. That pressure is turned up on his ass, and he's not playing with confidence. He's got the ability to do it. He's not playing with confidence. Calvin Ridley should have caught that ball down the sidelines. We got away with one. If he catches that, the Falcons don't punt. We don't get the game-winning score, and we probably don't or get the football back to get to the get a touchdown to close it within 1, and then get the football back once more with a chance to. The Falcons did us a favor on that last 3rd down when they decided to throw a little screen. What are they doing? Just drop back Matt Ryan, 5-step drop, and somebody's going to come open 13 yards down the field and get it to him. They bailed us out by throwing a screen. I loved it. Couldn't have come at a better time. That was poor execution or poor play calling by their offensive coordinator, who actually had a really good day. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, our defense is cheeks. Yes. Yes, it is. I totally agree. John Perez, my guy JP, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. John writes, big effing win, Lou. Terry was fantastic, and Gibson got in on the action. Samuel was definitely rusty, needs work, but I'll take the W. I don't think that Samuel was rusty at all. He looked good on every single touch. I told you he would be on a pitch count. There was no way they were going to just come back in and he was going to play 45, 50 snaps. So the limited opportunity that he had, I think he moved the sticks on 2 out of 3 catches he had. Maybe 3 out of 4. I think he had the 4th down grab as well. And we had a penalty on that one, but he had the 4th down grab for a first down as well. So I thought he was outstanding. Revs, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Revs, right. Can we admit the defense is just better with Jamin? I think Jamin is continuing to grow. The confidence is continuing to swell. I like what I'm seeing from the young fella. I really do. And now that Bostic's hurt, I mean, we may not have a choice. Jamin may have to be out there. So we'll see what happens with that injury. I just pray that a lot of these guys had minor injuries, but anytime a guy isn't able to come back in the game, that's usually a sign that he's going to miss more time. Sheriff walking straight to the locker room, not going over to the sideline, not going into the blue tent tells you all you need to know about that. I think Logan Thomas has a groin. I don't expect to see him until after the bye week. I heard that Cam Sims has a hamstring. Well, you could put him down for 3 weeks, essentially. So we're going to be in trouble. Torrey McTyer was clutching his knee. Okay. It may be time for Daryl Roberts, and we got to pray St. Juice comes back. We really missed him today. Rob Yu, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Rob Yu, thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, Lou, my nerves can't take this every week. Well, guess what? You haven't gotten it every week. It's every other week or so. I mean, you had it in week 1, I guess. You had it in week 2. You didn't have it in week 3. You had it in week 4. You're probably going to get it again in week 5. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't expect the Saints to march in to FedEx and destroy us, but they're very capable of beating us. But if they do, it's going to be close. And if we win, it's going to be close because we can't blow anybody out. So, yeah, you're going to have to strap up your big boy nerves, because this is what this team is every single week. With the defense being as bad as it is, we're going to have to outscore teams 34-30 to win ball games. You see what it is, okay? At least we know the offense is capable, even though Heineke scares me to death sometimes. At least we know the offense is capable of responding when we need them to. Red Wings 01. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, defense, garbage. Dustin, hot garbage. Refs, putrid filth. Injuries, A, B, real. Yeah. The injuries have me scared right now. That's tempering my excitement because I know that this win might have come at a cost. We went through the first, 3 games pretty much injury-free, and they hit us all at once. You know what this feels like? Week 4 of 2017, when we started off 2-1, we go to the Monday night game against the Chiefs, and we think we have a chance to go have a season, and we got a slew of injuries on that Monday night. The Chiefs come back and beat us. Lose that game. Josh Doxson drops the game-winning touchdown, essentially, and Alex Smith races them down the field after we tie the game with a field goal to get a game-winning field goal. We lose that game, and we lost about 5 or 6 starters in that game, and the season went to hell in a handbasket. That's what this feels like right now. I could be wrong. We'll see. We're a lot deeper than that team was in 2017. That's the only thing that gives me hope. Dre, true statement. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, please, Lou, for the love of God, help us figure out where the curse comes from. We had y'all. I don't know why you guys can't seem to save a lead, hold on to it, and be victorious to save your life. I can't explain it. I got a text from my sister, and she had sent me a bunch of swearing emojis and said, we had y'all. Damn it. You guys had us. I don't know what else to say. I thought we were going to win the entire time. Ask anybody in the mob. I was telling them that this defense is terrible, but we're still going to win this game. And I was saying that when we were down 10-0. I was saying that when we were down, 22 or 30-22, and we went 3 and out essentially. I was saying that when we missed the 2-point conversion and the Falcons got the football back. I was confident the entire time that we were going to win because I just felt like we were the better team. However, you guys had this game. All you needed was one more first down on that last possession, and then you would have had us. We would have been on the ropes. But you couldn't get that one first down. I told you it was poor play calling by a play caller, and I thought he had a phenomenal day. Cordero Patterson ripped us a new asshole, and I told them, this is the guy you got to look out for. He's been their best player all season, and everything was going your way, and then your play caller got conservative. 2 runs, and then a screen. I'll take it. Thank you. Appreciate it. When you're killing us through the air all game long, we have no answer for your tight ends. We got no answer for Cordero Patterson, and you go 2 runs. 1 was a negative run, and then you dump it down on the screen. Thank you. Ding! Appreciate it. That's how you lose football games. Chris Lee, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Chris Lee, writes, wow, Heineke balled, not perfect. Is he the answer? No, not yet. I can't say that definitively. But again, he continues to give us an opportunity. I love his determination, his grit. And we saw the legs today, and I've been begging him, bro, use your legs. That's what makes you you. And it was huge. Him buying time, finding J.D. McKissick, like all of those things. When you buy time, that escape and throw to Terry, even though it was a prayer, that shit was a wobbly duck. It got there. That easily, if that's Ryan Fitzpatrick, that's a sack. It's a sack or a throwaway. Thank you for the super chat, Chris Lee. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Who writes, Heineke is that dude. Right now, he is. He wasn't last week. I need consistency out of him. But you know how I feel about Heineke. I told you guys when he got the job, he's the right man for this job, for this team at this time. And I mean that when I said it, I mean that now. And I still feel like the legend of Heineke. It grows. But he's got to clean some shit up, though. Still got to clean some shit up. He should have been picked off twice. He got away with 2 passes. He almost got Gibby killed out in the flats. He still got some shit to clean up. But we'll take it. I told you, we'll take the mistakes. We'll coach them up with wins. That's how you always want to do it. This was by no means, far from it, as a matter of fact, a clean game. Offensively, defensively, special teams-wise. But we got a huge contribution from special teams. DeAndre Carter. Stand up, DeAndre Carter. God damn it, we've been waiting for somebody like you. Now, I wish he would have went up and caught one of those, the second of those 2 bad punts. Go up. You knew he wasn't going to kick that shit that far. Go up and catch that shit. He let it bounce. We lost 15 yards of field position, but that's no here nor there. The man had a 101-yard kick return to start the second half when we needed a spark. Michael White, stand up, Michael. You are definitely in the building as a brand new member of the MOBB. Welcome aboard. Mob, y'all know what to do. Show Michael White some love. And Michael, welcome aboard. Thank you for becoming the newest member of the MOBB. Welcome aboard, Michael White. Rob you, thank you for super chat. Rob you, greatly appreciate you. Double up. My man Rob you, right? Sorry, Lou, it took a while, but I'm done with D-Hop. I think I'm at that point too. I struggle because I don't think we can find better in season. I don't think we can find better in season. Like, there are misses. Yes, there are misses, but the grass isn't always greener on the other side in season. This is my whole thing was, if you're going to find a replacement, do it in the offseason when you can properly vet a guy. Whether you draft one or you scour the streets while there's still a bunch of free agent kickers left. I'm telling you right now, there isn't a lot out there. The guys that are on the streets right now are on the streets for a reason. I don't know if you guys, you think this is what you want, and then we go out here and then we start missing 38-yard field goals. He didn't miss those. He'll miss an extra point. But he didn't miss 38-yard field goals. I'm just telling y'all, be careful what you wish for. I don't think I want to do it in season. But you know what? At this point, something's got to be done. As much as something's got to be done, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the hell to do. I really don't. At this point, something's got to be done. You can't keep letting this guy lose you football games or nearly lose you football games. Kevin the PRF, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB as well, who writes, is it hilarious Chase almost got his first sack on a fluke Matt Ryan kneeling interception and the refs robbed him anyway? Yes, it's kind of a microcosm of the season Chase is having to this point. Even when he hustles, he does everything right, almost. He still does something wrong, still doesn't get the sack, and almost cost us the game. So, yeah, that's pretty much where Chase is right now. You know, he's just struggling mentally. It's all up here. It's not physically. Like, everybody wants to, oh, Chase is this, Chase is that, he's a bust, he's this, he's that. First of all, if you call him a bust, you're crazy. All right? It's all up here with William Jackson III. It's all up here with Chase Young. It's all up here. The guy's confused. On that particular play, he didn't know what to do. The safest thing he thought he could do was push him. Don't give him a forearm, though, bruh. Don't give the officials a chance. Stupid. That was dumb. Metaphor, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Metaphor, who writes, win, yes, but you should be wearing black today, Lou. No, we didn't lose the game. Now, with some of the injuries, could I have a little black on? Sure, but I'm not doing that because I don't know the severity of the injuries. I just know we had a lot of guys, 7, go down in this football game. And the news doesn't feel like it's going to be good on any of them, to be honest with you. And I know Terry left, but I think he had the wind knocked out of him more so than anything else. So we'll see what happens. Red Wings 01, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. PI call aside, Torrey McTyer is nice, not gonna lie. This is my problem with Torrey McTyer. This is my problem with Torrey McTyer in the preseason. He doesn't look back for the football. He's always there. He just never looks back for the ball. He'd rather grab the receiver. He'd rather play the receiver instead of looking back for the football. And that's going to get you pass interference 95% of the time. And luckily, they picked that one up. I'm not overly impressed with Torrey McTyer. But he's hurting. I hope that wasn't a serious knee injury, but it didn't look good. It looked like a season-ending type of injury on that Hail Mary. So we'll see what happens. Derek B, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, the D is Salt Bay sprinkling tomahawk steak. Food. Yeah, man. The D is definitely they look like food right now. The Saints have been struggling to score this year. I imagine they're going to score 30 next week. You saw what my guy did, Taysom Hill. I can't imagine us trying to tackle him. Lord have mercy. I'm scared. He might have 4 touchdowns next week. J Mart, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, 23 and 26 are a liability. 29 is suspect. Hashtag robbing us. 26 and 23. I thought 26 had his moments in this game, but yes, I feel like he's a liability, especially in the run game. I think he just takes some really poor angles sometimes. But 23, every game, you could put him down for 1 pass interference. Every game. He's lost right now. Again, confidence is waning with him. He needs to get his swag back. 29, I like my 29 in the slot. And we got a lot of 29 outside today because there was no juice. So that'll be rectified next week. I just want Kendall Fuller to be in the same spot every week. Let him get back to being the nickel corner that we know he can be. So he had to go back outside. We didn't have a choice. He was pressed into duty today, and he struggled, man. He struggled. That is for sure. CME HTTR. Stand up. CME HTTR. You are officially in the building as a brand new member of the MOBB squad. Squad up. You know what it is. Show CME HTTR some love. Welcome him with open arms. CME HTTR. Welcome to the squad. Glad to have you. Got another one here from Lorenzo Simpson. Thank you for the super chat, Lorenzo Simpson. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the mob, who writes, D-Hop. Again, his name is not D-Hop. His name is Dustin, okay? You don't get nicknames when you don't do your job correctly. His name is Dustin. You got to go like tonight. Don't get on the plane. Oh, the defense is overhyped and terrible. Third down defense is a joke. I think we were 10 of 16 on third downs. Oh, my God. Our third down defense is horrendous. I was putting horrendous and atrocious together to make a new word. Atrocious. And our offense, I didn't realize this. We went into this game with the worst third down offense in the league. We were ranked 32nd coming into the game. I think we improved that greatly today, but I'll guess that we went 9 of 17 on third down. Let's take a look at what we did on third downs in this game and see if we cleaned that up somewhat. We were 4 of 9 on third down. So no, we weren't all that great. Still less than 50% on third downs. Our third down defense is a joke. It is. And there were a couple of third and longs in there that they were able to convert again. I mean, the opening possession again, it was 3rd and I want to say 11, maybe 10, and they converted that. It's ridiculous. Robert Mitchell, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, Sup, Lou? Glad for the win, but we don't look very good for the talent we have. I agree with that. We feel like we should be better than we are defensively. I actually am impressed with what we're getting out of the offense. We're moving the football consistently, and getting Samuel back is going to help. I can see how he's going to make a big difference for this offense. If we can just keep him healthy, Hump with a good catch down late. We're going to see some of the young fellas, it sounds like, with Diami going down and Cam Sims potentially being out as well. We may have to see some Dax Mill now. We may have to bring the young fella up. And it was good to see DeAndre Carter late in the ball game make a catch. That was a huge catch on that last possession. So we still got stuff. This is the most depth we've had. That's why even with the injuries, I feel confident that we can continue to mosey on. But this defense, man, I'm cool with everything we're doing right now, sans for the kicker and the defense. Like what we're getting out of the offense, we just scored 30 points plus, 30 or more, essentially. I shouldn't say 30 points plus. In 2 out of our last 3 weeks, we didn't score 30 once last season. Keep that in mind. We've done it twice in the last 3 weeks. The offense isn't the issue. The defense is big time. So I feel like we're not getting enough out of the defense for sure. Fat American, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. My guy, Fat American, writes 10, 200 plus 5 pennies equals X. Okay. Thank you for the math equation. Rob, you. And I know what you're doing. I know what that is. And I'm not going to say it, but you can go and watch it if you want to. Rob, you. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Writes, Lou, this team will not be able to legitimately compete in this division until the D figures things out. Tackling was atrocious today. Yes, it was. Cordero Patterson's touchdown was ridiculous. Which I have to explain which one. He had 3. The second one was the egregious one, I believe, where we missed a bunch of tackles, because the third one was the one where he sunned Kendall Fuller. Like, all right, man, I'm 6'4" and you're 5'11", 6 feet. Get down. This is top shelf. You don't know what to do with this. Get out. But I think the second one was where he broke like 2 tackles. Fuller should have peanut punched the ball out at the end. He's going for a shoulder. Like I said, we don't hunt that way. We don't have dogs on our team. We got pups. We got little pups. And then, of course, the Mike Davis touchdown. That one, I have no words for that one. That's just as bad as it gets. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Big Money Sonny writes, tackling was an atrocity. Pathetic, Lou. It was. That's piggybacking off of the last super chat that was made by Rob Yu. The tackling was not our finest hour today. And I will say the run defense, outside for a couple of hits, the run defense was tremendous today. I mean, there were at least 4 or 5 tackles for loss in this football game. But anytime guys got beyond the line of scrimmage, tackling just went to shit. I don't know what it was. I don't know what that was about. Zachary Portnoy, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. And honestly, if I were the coordinator for the Falcons, to hell with the run. Matt Ryan was torching us. Just stay with him. We sacked him 1 time. Just keep throwing the damn ball. What are you doing? Who writes, what kicker we scouting, boys? I told you, there's not a lot out there, man. I've seen teams already change kickers 2 and 3 times with limited results. Like, it's not a lot out there, man. We had a guy. If we were to go get a guy, we'd bring the guy back in that we had. He might still be on the roster. Remember, we had a guy. They might have released him, but we had a guy on the practice squad that we signed, a month ago, right before the season started, or maybe it was week 2. We signed him before week 2 or something like that. So that would be the guy I think they would bring in. I can't remember what his name is. Redneck Rocker 01. Thank you for the super chat. Who writes, bring back Nick Rose. I think Nick Rose might actually be on somebody else's squad right now. If he's not, there's a reason Nick Rose hasn't stuck on a roster. He's got a huge leg. He made a 56-yarder for us when he was here, when Dustin Hopkins got hurt back in like 2018 or something, when he was out. He banged it home from like 56 or something, but he's inconsistent. That's why he doesn't have a job in the league. Let's see. Dre, true statement. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Dre, true statement, who writes, never been one to blame the refs, and I still don't, but these refs were hot garbage on both sides. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. You guys got hurt by the officials. We got hurt by the officials. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. They were throwing flags and they were picking them up. They had to go to replay several times. How many times did they throw a flag and talk for 3 minutes before making a call? They didn't know what the hell was going on the field. They were all over the place. Was it a fumble? Was it not a fumble? We had like 2 or 3 of those situations. They were terrible, man. They picked up the flag on the PI on that 3rd down that ultimately led to Washington getting the football back. They hurt both teams. And they were terrible in this game. Like I said, this was one of the worst. And I'm not one of those guys either. I'm just like you. When you lose ball games in this league, yeah, the officials may have an impact, but you had opportunities to make enough plays to win the football game. They literally impacted this game, did the officiating. They were a huge part of this football game. They were terrible. Hunter Weiss, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate you. And thank you for the super sticker, Hunter Weiss. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Greatly appreciate you, Hunter Weiss. Let's see. Benjamin Slade, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Benjamin Slade writes, pass up to our corners, get a PI or a catch. Every time ball is in the air, I expect the worst. You're not alone in that. Anytime we're out of the shot of the ball going down the field, so when the quarterback drops back, you know the focus of the camera is panned on the offensive line, the quarterback, the D-line. You get that tight shot of them. When that quarterback drops back and is about to chuck it deep, my heart sinks and it stops for a second, because on the other end of the screen, I know that somebody's either wide ass open or we've got tight man-to-man with them, but we're not looking and we're going to pick up a PI. And on the first time they did it, lo and behold, Cordero Patterson, wide ass open with 7 yards of separation from any Washington defender. I mean, Matt Ryan threw the most horrible moon ball on that throw. That ball sat in the air like a punt. He's waiting at about the 6. Catches it and walks in because we're so far behind. You got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. I'm right there with you. Every time the ball goes in the air, I hold my breath. The O-line, or excuse me, Rob Yu, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Rob Yu, writes, the O-line has low-key been balling. I've said the offensive line, well, all of you don't know this, but if you are a member of the Mob Squad, a silver or gold member, I put out the video for the studs and duds, and I said the offensive line by far and away has been the best unit on this football team, and it's not even close. There isn't another unit that has provided us with the stability that the offensive line has. That could be shaken up now with Brandon Sheriff out, but I believe in Wes Schweitzer. And you know what? It was poetic justice for Wes to get in late and help us win, because he was a draft pick of the Falcons, and that's where we got him from. So for him to help us win in Atlanta, where he was drafted and they gave up on him essentially, I know that had to feel good for Wes as well. But I feel confident about this offensive line, even though Eric Flowers got beat on that 4th down, or was it a 3rd down? It was a 4th down, I believe. 4th and 1. Got beat by Grady Jarrett, who's a hell of a football player. Anyway, I digress. The offensive line was outstanding again. Did Taylor Heineke get sacked in this game? I don't believe he did. Other than I think he did one of those stupid ass run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage again, which counts for a sack. Other than that, they were outstanding again. Jason Rogers, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Jason Rogers, writes, can we talk about that pass interference they didn't call on that Terry TD? I've already brought that up, but I'm in the MOBB and everybody's excited about the touchdown. And I'm like, to hell with that. Where's the flag? Had he not caught that, where's the damn flag? And I'm typing, where's the flag? I'm like the old lady in the commercial. Where's the beef? Where's the flag? Even if he doesn't catch that, I need to be first and goal from the 1. These officials were terrible. AJ Meehan, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, who writes, TLH, the legend of Heineke. It grows. He says, Payne is the real MVP for that one. Defense is still unwatchable, but hey, I'll take it. You and me both, brother. You and me both. I'll continue to bitch and complain about this defense, but I'll do it with a smile and a win. Give me the dub, man. And we'll figure out the rest of this shit later, but give me the dub. 2-2 feels a hell of a lot better than 1-3 going back home. So I'll take it. All right. Damn Twin Shorty Sublime. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Damn Twin writes, speaking of showing our depth at linebacker or lack thereof, where has Khaleke Hudson been? He has been getting PT, or am I tripping? He hasn't been. And you know what's crazy that you bring him up? I got a defensive package that I wanted to share with you guys. Like, you've been asking me for suggestions, and I was thinking about this late last week, and I said I'm going to save it. Maybe for the off week, maybe for the bye week. It's down the road. But I got a defensive, package that I think we should employ. Like, if I were a defensive coordinator, this is what I would do with this team. But Khaleke Hudson's a part of that. Remember, one of the guys I said that I thought was going to have a huge impact on this team this year was Khaleke Hudson. Well, He may get a chance because he's technically the backup linebacker, middle linebacker on this football team. Technically speaking, it's Khalil Hudson. So we'll see what happens. And no, you haven't been tripping. He hasn't been getting any run. None. Fat American, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Fat American writes, I've been oddly satisfied with the offense so far. They're not great, but good enough. The defense, I don't know, man. Something's got to change, but probably won't. That's been one of your best comments recently, Fat American. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I'm not oddly satisfied. I thought this offense was fully capable, especially when Taylor Heineke took over the reins. I thought this offense was fully capable with all the weapons that we've provided for whomever was going to be under center. I thought we did a tremendous job this offseason of cleaning up some of the holes on the offensive side of the football, providing more depth on the offensive line. And so all of that stuff is starting to play itself out, especially with all the injuries that we have now. The depth is going to be tested. And I think we've put ourselves in a position to be able to handle and withstand some of these injuries on the offensive side of the football. I'm not surprised by the offense scoring. What I am surprised by, which is what everybody else is surprised with, is how bad this defense is. Because we said there were going to be games that we were going to have to score 34, 37, outscore the Chiefs and the Bills and the Packers and the Chiefs and the Seahawks and teams like that. We said there were going to be games where we're going to have to outscore the opposition. We didn't think this was going to be every goddamn week. That's the problem right now. Is every week, if the offense doesn't show up, we don't stand a chance because the defense is going to give up 30 plus. Thank you for the super chat, Fat American. San 8. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, dog, you seen how the refs did us? Hurts looked good today, though. He looked better than he had in past weeks. The officials didn't do you any favors, but you didn't do yourself any favors. You got away with a fumble down inside the 5 that you guys were smart enough to run up and snap the football, but that should have been Chiefs football. That was a fumble, so you got away with one there. Your boy stepped out of bounds. I don't know what else you want them to do. Devontae Smith was clearly out of bounds when he caught the touchdown. So the officials weren't great in your game either, but you hurt yourself as well, and you got away with some shit too. So it goes both ways. But Hurts, I agree with you, actually didn't look half bad today. Did not. Jason Rogers, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Jason Rogers, thank you for doubling up. Who writes, why was Thomas on punt? Thomas. What Thomas are you referring to? We only have one Thomas, and that's Logan. He wasn't on punts. He got hurt on offense. He got hurt on the first possession of the game. So I don't know what Thomas you're referring to. Am I tripping right now? Maybe I'm tripping. Is there another Thomas on this roster? Because I don't even think we have one. Hunter Weiss, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for doubling up. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Hunter Weiss, who writes, we have that kicker from the Broncos that is maybe on the practice squad. I don't remember where he came from. He didn't come from Denver. I don't think. I can't remember his name. I might have it written down in one of my notes. Give me a second. See if Eddie Pinheiro. That's his name. Eddie Pinheiro might still be on the practice squad. He was with the Bears, not the Broncos. And this was back in like 2018, I think, 2019 or something like that. He hasn't kicked in like 2 years. So that would be the guy that would probably get an opportunity if we were to move on from Dustin Hopkins. It would be Eddie Pinheiro. Again, be careful. Eddie's on the sidelines waiting for his turn for a reason. But at this point, man, I don't know. I'm hesitant to move on, man. CGM 87. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for doubling up. Double up. CGM 87 writes, Lou, when JD went into the end zone, I started praying Matt Ryan didn't find Patterson again. Was hoping he'd go down at the 1. D-Hop might have screwed that up. I was thinking the same thing, CGM 87. I was like, I hope they overturn this shit and put him at the 1. Because I don't even want to give Matt Ryan the ball with a timeout and 33 seconds left. I still think his ass might take him down the field and score a damn touchdown. I was still nervous. Like, man, I don't know. I don't feel safe. And after that first completion, right about midfield, I'm like, oh, here we go. He's going to at least get a Hail Mary attempt, if nothing else. And if Kendall Fuller doesn't break up that one pass, they would have spiked it with probably about 14 seconds left and had a shot at the end zone, a legitimate shot at the end zone. So, Deron Payne with a veteran move there at the end. I thought they were going to call delay a game. What a veteran move. Hold on, clutch the football, kick the shit after they put it down. I loved it, man. They let us get away with murder there at the end. There's no way we were supposed to get away with that. We would have been screaming bloody murder had that happened to us. But we got away with it because it's us. We're cool with it. Deron with a veteran move. I love it. Want more of it, man. I was saying the same thing CGM80 said. I was like, please put this shit back at the one. And I'm like, Dustin's going to make the kick. I wasn't tripping about a 19-yard kick for Dustin Hopkins. Put that shit in the middle. Have Taylor take a knee right in the middle and let Dustin put that shit through the uprights and let's go home 33-31. That's what I was, or 30, what would it have been? 20, it would have been 32-31. I was content with going home 30. 30. Yeah, that would have been the score. 32-30. I was content with going home with a 32-31 30 victory. But they gave us a touchdown. I was like, okay, can't do shit about it now. Defense, you're up. I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dejon Bell, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Dejon Bell writes, linebackers showed some improvement and promise today. I thought Cole Holcomb was outstanding today. This was a great bounce back game for Cole. I thought that Jamin Davis continues to show flashes and continues to grow on a weekly basis. I find myself being impressed with him. I thought it was a much better day for the linebackers. Hence, the run defense was outstanding. Hence, the D-line was outstanding as well. But generally speaking, when the run D is as good as it was today, that's usually a byproduct of the linebackers triggering and coming downhill, firing their guns and being aggressive. The D-line was extraordinary. They were winning right off the snap. Sweat and Payne and Young and Allen, they were all ferocious up front, but the linebackers were coming down and they were making sure that these runs stopped for a gain of one, a gain of none, or sometimes on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. So I did think the linebackers were better today as well. And got to give Matt Ryan some credit. He fit some balls in some tight windows, man. A couple of those throws to Kyle Pitts over the middle of the field. I'm like, damn, how the hell he get that shit in there, man? Like some of these were some really good throws. And it was good defense, better throws. Like there's nothing you can do about a perfect pass. Roderick Frederick, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, Roderick Frederick, who writes, what's up, Louie T? What's up, Roderick? He says, this young team is growing up. We have some improvements we need to make. Carter on special teams came through for us. I love that second half kickoff for a touchdown. Look, it's a young team. These are the growing pains of a young team, but you want to win games like this. We talk about growing, and one of the ways you grow in this league is you find a way to win close ball games. We didn't do it in week 1. We did it in week 2. We do it again in week 4. That's going to give us a chance. Okay, that's all we asked for. That's all I've asked for. I can't speak for you guys out there. All I ever asked for is a chance. Give me a chance in the fourth quarter. Find ways to win when it's not pretty, when you're not that impressed with some of the things you did in the game. Still find a way to win. We did that today. We're 2-2 because of it. And now we got a chance to get up over 500 for the first time this year. Celebrate, goddammit. We got a shot. We're going home against the New Orleans Saints team that I haven't been impressed with all season long, outside of week 1. And wasn't really overly impressed then either. So I like our chances, man. And we need it because we got a hell of a stretch coming. I'm going to tell you right now, the Chiefs are vulnerable. The Eagles had those boys on the ropes for much of that game. They pulled away late. They had no answer for Tyreek Hill. I'm not looking forward to that either. Tyreek Hill had like 3 touchdowns and damn near 200 yards receiving today. I'm not looking forward to that shit. If we can't contain Cordero Patterson, anyway, I digress. Red Wing 01. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Red Wing 01 writes, gotta give Carter his props. His first R to the house. I love it, man. You know, they told the story. I didn't know all of that about his brother passing away and him making a promise to his brother that he was going to make it to the league. I know his story about being cut by, all these different teams in a short period of time. We've heard about the fumbling issues. He did put one on the carpet today, but his arm was down, his knee was down. They did make the right call there, the officiating crew. But, that kickoff return, that's special. That's his first career NFL touchdown. So that's special, man. That ball is going to definitely go home with him. And he'll probably dedicate that one to his brother. And what a story. What a play. And, man, I'm so excited because we might actually finally have us a return man. He made that look easy. Great blocking. I was scared they were going to flag John Bates at the end. He was roughing up that dude at the end, had a nice piece of cloth, but it was within the framework, took him down. I said a lot of times when a guy falls down with a player, they want to call holding. They let it fly, and it was a good block. I was like, shoo, thought they were going to get us. Kismet, man of faith. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. And thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, no one will tackle Taysom Hill. I'm scared about that. That's one of the things I worry about next week. The Saints are banged up. They're all kinds of banged up. Hopefully they don't get healthy against us next week. But they got a bunch of starters out. They got a bunch of guys that are hurting right now. Taysom Hill, though, he worries me big time. So we'll see how we deal with that next week. Derek B, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Derek B, who writes, had six-pack and D-Hop, mama looking good if we lost. I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't looking good for Dustin. Because at this point, if you lose this game, if the Falcons were able to do what the Chargers were able to do to us in week 1, which I blame on their coordinator for the very conservative play calling down the stretch. He was playing the clock instead of playing us. For what? Excuse me. There's still like 4 minutes left in the game. What are you running the football for? You haven't run it successfully all game long. And on first down, it's okay if you want to run it on first down. We stopped them for a loss of 3. You're going to come back and run it again on second down? Are you serious right now? I didn't understand that at all. Let Matt Ryan get you 6 on 2nd and 13, and let Matt Ryan get you 9 on 3rd and 7 and move the sticks and continue to keep away from this offense and win the game on offense with your 4-minute offense. Anyway, I digress. We got the stop when we needed to, and Dustin Hopkins. I'm not going to allow you guys to suck me into that. His mama named him Dustin. I'm going to call his ass Dustin until otherwise notified. He got bailed out. I thought he was going to kick the game winner, and that was going to allow him to get bailed out. But the offense said, to hell with that. We don't want to put it on the shoulders or the right leg of Dustin Hopkins. We'll do it ourselves. Thank you very much. Enigma RJ, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, sup, Lou? Someone needs to tell the defense that it's too late to tank for Trevor. Shaking my head. And honestly, what one of these quarterbacks are you really trying to go after right now? Like, none of them, blow me out of the water per se. Somebody's going to get drafted number 1 overall, and there'll be 2 or 3 other guys that are drafted in the first round because this league is quarterback driven. And if you need a quarterback, you're going to go up and get him. But I'm not blown away by this crop of quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched Desmond Ridder up close and personal against my Notre Dame Fighting Irish. He was okay. I wasn't blown away by him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sam Howell doesn't move the needle for me. I'm a Matt Corral guy. They wet the bed against Bama yesterday. One of the things I look for in my quarterback is when you play in some big games, how do you handle and conduct yourself? Do you wet the bed, or do you find a way to give your team a chance? He didn't do that yesterday. Was it completely his fault? No, but he didn't help. So I got issues, man, with these quarterbacks, but obviously we need one, right? We'll see what happens. I'm not talking quarterbacks now anyway. Justin Hodge, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, oh, thank you for becoming a member. Justin Hodge, stand up. You are officially in the building as a brand new member of the MOBB. Justin, come on in, man. Mob, show Justin Hodge some love. Thank you for becoming the newest member of the squad. Welcome aboard. Martin Matthews, my guy Double M, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. That my guy Double M writes, hey, Louie, I might be wrong. Let's see. But the O-line was excellent. You're not wrong. Terry's a beast. Not wrong again. The offense is not the same without Logan. Agreed. He says, and I can't understand why we were rushing 3 at the end. Because they didn't want to give up something big. We've already proven that in a simple zone concept, cover 3, we're incapable of the safety in the middle of the field doing his job, having proper eye discipline, and staying deeper than the deepest. We've proven that 2 out of the last 3 weeks to be a problem of ours. So I don't blame them for taking an extra defender, putting him back there, and just rushing 3. I don't have a problem with that. When your defense shows you they're incapable of keeping plays in front of them, you have to do the extreme. So I didn't have a problem with that. I like, though, at the end, instead of dropping 8 and rushing 3, they came with a blitz. I like that. Now, we didn't get there, but I like the aggressiveness at the end of the game. Come after his ass and make him get rid of it. We just didn't get there. Hunter Weiss, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Hunter writes, we need to get a better field goal kicker for the draft. No joke. Just saying, our D, only 1 sack. What is going on, Jack Del Rio? Again, I would prefer to just try to ride this out with Dustin. It may not be the smartest thing in the world to do. I'm torn because at this point, I want to move on. I just don't think there's anything else out there better. But again, how are you going to know that if you don't try? I just know these kickers. I've seen them. You know, there's a reason they're out there. But sometimes when you give a guy another opportunity outside of, you know, where they've been already, maybe this is the chance. This is the opportunity for them to finally put it together and get their career on track, and they start kicking good for you. But at the end of the day, I wanted to handle this in the offseason when there were good kickers out there, then when you could have figured out which one. I would prefer to get a young leg from the collegiate ranks. But, you know, whatever the case may be, they've got to do something there, obviously, or nothing. They may do nothing. And, oh, yeah, only 1 sack on Matt Ryan. You know, I'm not shocked by that. I told you, I said, look, the Falcons are going to watch film of what everybody else is doing. You think for 1 second that they're not going to chip, they're not going to double team, they're not going to get it out of Matt Ryan's hands quickly. And even still, when he dropped back, he got rid of it. We didn't get to him in enough time. There was pressure. We just didn't get there fast enough. So, Johnson, thank you for the super chat, Johnson. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, I know sacks aren't everything, but damn, Chase. I didn't think this was a bad game from Chase. You know, you would like to see him get to the quarterback, obviously, but I thought he played a good game. You know, outside of the stupid penalty, which he brought that on himself, but it was a bad call by the officials. I thought he had a solid game. You know, you're still waiting on the sacks to come, and they will come eventually. I still feel that way. They'll come eventually, but I thought he was okay in this game. J Mart, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. J Mart, who writes, Taylor Heineke does not have an arm. I cringe every throw. He does not have an arm. That is apparent. There are throws that stay up in the air forever. Like he tried to fit that ball in the honey hole. You can't do that with a weak arm. You can't, especially if you're going to be late. He almost got Terry decapitated. It almost got picked off. You got to have a cannon to fit it in the honey hole. And he doesn't. Like, I wouldn't advise him to do that again. And that's why he conducts himself as a 6'5", rope for a right arm quarterback. He conducts himself with the swag of a dude that got drafted in the first round, which I love. But you can't attempt all of the throws that Josh Allen and Justin Herbert can attempt because you don't have that kind of cannon. You don't have that right arm. And yeah, he does scare me because that ball hangs, it feels like, forever. And unless you anticipate, you can't do that. You can't do that. There were a couple of throws that I felt like, is the shit ever going to come down? And they almost got picked off. Eddie Behringer, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. My guy, Eddie B, writes, O is getting it. D needs to catch up. Hoping they can meet somewhere in the middle soon. Me too. You know what? I don't want the offense to bring themselves down to the level of the defense. Catch the hell up. You losing right now, D. Catch up. I want the offense to continue to doing what they're doing and get even better when Curtis Samuel is able to play 45, 50, 55 snaps. I want this offense to take the hell off and continue to do what they're doing. Defense, catch the hell up. Don't meet them somewhere in the middle. Don't bring your scoring down to below 30. You keep scoring 30 plus. Defense, catch up. That's the problem right now. The defense needs to catch the hell up. I'm with you, though. Zachary Portnoy, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, says 15, Taylor Heineke, 69.4%. Washington, 16, Tom Brady, 68.8. What is that? Is that completion percentage right now? I don't know what exactly that is that you're referring to. Help me on that. I don't know what that is, Zachary. Help me on that one. Let's see what else we have. Richard Blankenship. Thank you for the super chat, Richard. Greatly appreciate you. Richard writes, keep your eyes on 26 on the playback. Constantly a step behind, getting toasted, should have cut. Rio outcoached every week so far, asking too much of 4 right now. I agree with a lot of what you said. I don't know if Del Rio was outcoached this week or not. Like the touchdown, for instance, I'm like, okay, go ahead and blame Jack if you want. Bobby McCain has deep third responsibility over the middle of the football field. Is it Jack Del Rio's fault that a simple curl route from Kyle Pitts brings your safety up 20 yards when he should be back 30 yards? Is that Jack's fault that his safety can't have his eyes in the right spot and just do his job? No, I don't think that's Jack's fault. But we are asking way too much of Taylor Heineke. And luckily enough for us, he's up to the challenge right now. But we're asking way too much of him. He wasn't supposed to be in here carrying us, literally on his back. We weren't supposed to be saying, hey, Taylor, need you to go 23 or 33 for 290 and 3 touchdowns today. Got to have it. Can't throw a pick. Can't make any mistakes. Got to have it. That wasn't not in Atlanta. Maybe against Kansas City. Maybe against Green Bay. Maybe against Tampa Bay. Yeah, not against Atlanta. I'm with you, Richard. Take that. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, what a game for Carter. Hope he got a game ball. I think he will get a game ball. I think that he's one of the guys. I think it's mandatory that he get a game ball. I think it's mandatory that Terry get a game ball. I think those are the two that really stand out for me. You know, if you want to give Heineke another game ball, go right ahead. That's 2 game-winning drives for Taylor Heineke in as many tries. I truly believe if the defense gets a stop against the Chargers, he goes down the field and takes us down there and we win that game too. Worst case scenario, we at least go to overtime. I really feel that way. But the defense never got a stop. We never got that chance. He's 2 for 2 in those situations this year, by the way. Game-winning drive, opportunity to win or tie the game, and he's gotten it done both times. Hunter Weiss. Stand up, Hunter. You are officially in the building as a brand new member of the squad. Mob, you know what to do. Show Hunter Weiss some love. Hunter, welcome to the MOBB. Glad to have you. Looking forward to chopping it up with you. Let's see. Martin Matthews, my guy, double M. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Double M. My guy, Martin Matthews writes, hey, Louie, Adam H was open most of the game. We'll be able to see on the playback. I know that there were a couple of times that I felt like Taylor forced it to Terry or forced it. But if you're going to force it to somebody, force it to Terry. You know what I mean? There were a couple of times I thought he could, like one play, he forced it down the field. J.D. McKissick is open. It was 4 verts down the field, and it should have been picked off. I think the safety came over late, had a chance, and J.D.'s underneath. And I want to say it was the second to last possession. We still scored a touchdown on that possession, if I'm not mistaken. But J.D. was wide open underneath. You're like, just check it down, bro. You know, it'll be third. If JD doesn't pick up the first down, it'll be third and like 2 or 3. Just get the yards that are there. But we'll see about Adam Humphries. He made a big catch and run late like he usually does. Monique, stand up. You are officially in the building as a brand new member of the MOBB. Monique, come on in. Mob, you know what to do. Show Monique some love as we always do. Monique, welcome to the squad. So glad to have you. Let's see. AJ Meehan, stand up. You are officially in the building as a brand new member of the MOBB. AJ Meehan. Come on in. Mob, you know what to do. AJ's looking for some love. Bless him. Welcome to the MOBB. AJ Meehan. All right. Sonny Rawson. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Sonny Rawson writes, first of all, thank you for being a member of the MOBB, Sonny Rawson, who writes, hey, Lou. What's up, Sonny? Saw the game with my old man at B-Dubs and had about 50 heart attacks. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. He says they never make it easy on us, do they? No, and this is not going to be the season. If you wanted these games to feel easy or you wanted to relax in the fourth quarter, you need a better defense than what we're putting on the field right now. You're not going to find us being in many, blowout victories. We may have some blowout losses if the offense doesn't show up and the defense continues to play the way that they're playing. Unlike last year where we didn't get blown out, we will get some ass whoopings this year. There will be ass whoopings applied if we don't show up on offense and the defense continues to play the way that they're playing. So that is a thing that we need to continue to monitor closely, because right now the defense is so bad that if the offense has an off day like they did against Buffalo, we're going to struggle. That said, no, there are not going to be too many blowout victories. Somebody's got to really wet the bed from a turnover standpoint. Like these have to be almost unforced errors. Like ball gets batted in the air and we're Johnny on the spot. Or, we almost had a strip with Cole Holcomb ripping it out. They said forward progress was stopped, which I didn't have a problem with, but, I'd like to see them let it go. But whatever, we got to have some of those go our way, and the offense has to continue to score, keep their foot down on the gas pedal. You may get a blowout in one of those types of situations, but I don't see that coming. He says, reminded me of week 3, 2016 at the Giants, total dogfight to the end, hard-earned victory. Indeed. Trying to think week 3 of 2016, going back a ways there. I don't remember that one because that 2016 season was very forgettable. We went 8-7-1. Should have made the playoffs though. That's not one of the games that stands out in my mind. Rob, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, Lou, what is up with the damn secondary? All lost. I wish I could tell you. I wish I had answers. I mean, it's a different guy every time. It's the most consistent corner, and I've told you guys this already, the most consistent defender in the secondary we've had to this point was out this game, and that's Benjamin St-Juste. Like, on one play, it's William Jackson III, pass interference. On the next play, Kendall Fuller's getting beat. On the next play, Torrey McTire's molesting someone down the field and getting called for pass interference. It's just one guy after the next. On the next play, it's Bobby McCain. Poor eye discipline, giving up a deep one to Cordero Patterson for an easy walk-in touchdown. Like, it's always someone else. It's never the same guy over and over again. They're taking turns committing infractions. It's hard to watch. Atypical brother. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Atypical brother writes, what up, Lou? What up, atypical brother? He says, good win, but I'm really worried about the defense. It looks like they can't stop a nosebleed. We're beyond the point of being worried about the defense. The defense is a problem now, okay? We're like, I tried to do the I'm worried thing and we'll be fine and don't worry, they'll get it together. This is the week. Stationary target and Matt Ryan, they've been struggling to score. They're averaging 16 points a game. This is the week the defense gets it under control. We gave up 30 against the Falcons. They were 10 of 16 on third downs. Okay. I'm past the point of being worried about this defense. We have a problem on defense. Where do we begin? Everybody wants to point at Jack Del Rio. It's not just Jack. Okay? I assure you of that. It's not just Jack. We got issues, man. Big, big, big issues. Thank you for the super chat. Atypical brother. Thank you for the super chat, Hunter Weiss. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Hunter Weiss. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Greatly appreciate you, Hunter Weiss. Big ups, my man. And welcome to the squad once again. Eddie B, my guy, Eddie Behringer. Thank you for the super chat. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Eddie B. Greatly appreciate you. Eddie B writes, someone somewhere has D-Hop voodoo doll. I'm just saying. I don't feel that way. If they did, he doesn't make the second kick versus the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that were true, they would just wreck us. They didn't do that. They could have done that. He could have missed that second kick against the Giants. He didn't. But, man, he makes it rough. I'll tell you what. He makes it rough for sure. You know what, though? In all actuality, if I'm keeping it a buck with y'all, first of all, over 800 of you out there, only 257 likes. We can do better than that. Okay, let's get that number up over 300. Let's start pressing towards 350 and up to that 2-to-1 ratio that I like to be at. Come on, you can do it. If you haven't hit the like button, please do the kid a solid and hit the like button. You know what actually might have bailed us out was the fact that he did miss those 2 extra points. Listen to what I'm about to say to you. Hear me out. If we're up 31-30, maybe the score is tied. Maybe the Falcons get a 2-point conversion and tie it up. But if we're up 31-30, right, the Falcons don't go into this trying to melt the clock offense. They continue to push their foot on the gas pedal. They continue to be aggressive. They're going to move the football on this defense. But because they were ahead, they took their foot off the gas pedal. They started to become conservative, and that's what got us that stop at the end of the game that got us back to football with a chance to win, and we took advantage. So if not for D-Hop, do we really win this game? You have to ask yourself. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure if we do or not. I'm not sure. Anyway, Chauncey Davis, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Chauncey Davis, thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Writes, Lou, Chauncey, relax. We got the win. I'm relaxed, bro. I'm relaxed, Chauncey. You know it. OG, I'm relaxed. He says, injuries are a part of the game. They are, and we're better equipped to deal with it, but you don't want to see them come in bunches like this. He says, thank God for Ron's philosophy of versatile players. Defensive problems are the neck up. I feel like that too. I feel like a lot of the issues aren't from a physical standpoint. Guys can't run or they're not capable. I think it's from here up. It's all in the cabeza right now. They're struggling here. They're struggling with confidence. They're struggling with knowing their assignments. Their eyes are getting them in trouble. Everything is from here up. That doesn't make it any better, easier to stomach, though. Because they keep doing it over and over again. You know, it's like my son. My son's 3. And he does something wrong. And you know what he says? Sorry, Dad. Sorry. Sorry, Mommy. Sorry. And we're like, hey, dude, stop saying sorry. And just, we understand, okay? We're glad that you're sorry. But stop doing that thing that forces you to say sorry. Just stop doing that. That's what we're trying to teach him right now. It's okay to be sorry about something, but when you say sorry, you acknowledge that you made a mistake. Don't keep repeating the same mistake. And the guys on the field keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And it's so maddening to watch. It's not smart football. That's tough to stomach. I can deal with the physical limitations because if you can't do it, you just physically can't do it. But when you're talented enough to do it and you're not doing it here, That's hard to swallow. Chilled Dude, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, this defense needs a new game plan. They didn't react and execute. My damn nerves, Lou. I'm going to need a strong drink after every game. Me and my wife love you. Likewise, I really do appreciate you, Chilled Dude. I got some wine in the fridge right now. I'm definitely going to have a glass after this is all said and done. I need it. I mean, these guys, they push us to the brink every week, it feels like. You know what I mean? They don't make it easy on us, but I'd much rather be sitting here laughing and joking with you guys about another win versus us talking about 1-3 and all the things we need to fix. And now we got to find a way to try to get back to 2-3 on the season. Now we got a chance to get over 500. We push off Code Red for another week. And now we got a chance. We're right behind the Cowboys by a game. We're right on their ass. Like, somebody's got to apply the pressure. We've got to be the ones to do it. Nobody else in the division is. Somebody's got to stay close to the Cowboys. We're the designated team. We have to do our job. I think we got another opportunity to do it next week as well. Because I don't see the Cowboys losing for a little while here. And they got losable games. They do. But they're a good football team, guys. The Cowboys are good. I think they had an injury to their best corner. I think he left the game a little banged up. We'll see. But I like where we are from a record standpoint. But I don't necessarily love how we're playing defensively. So thank you for the super chat, Chill Dude. And again, going back to my guy, Chauncey Davis, it's all the neck up defensively. And that's the problem right now that is really frustrating. It's encouraging on one hand because you're like, we can fix this. But when they keep doing the same things over and over again, that lets me know that we don't have coachable guys and we're not very smart. A wise man once told me, you can't fix stupid. You can't fix stupid. I'm not calling anybody on this team dumb. But the mistakes that we keep making are dumb. Justin Hodge, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for becoming a member of the MOBB. Justin writes, who could it be but your resident Utah Washington fan? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's going on, man? You've been gone so long, I almost didn't recognize you. He says, I think Chase was holding up, trying to avoid the flag. He was. I went through that scenario already, that he is confused because every game that he puts a quarterback down, he picks up a flag. If he hits him and he falls off to the side, they still say he drove him into the ground. You know, if you hit him and you hit him too late, you know, so he's trying to be cautious by pushing him, but he went with the forearm shiver. That's a no-no, number one. And number two, just push him in his chest. He'll go flying. Matt Ryan isn't a big dude. Push him down. That would have sufficed. And he could have forced a fumble. Again, we're not dogs. We're not we're not out here barking. We pups right now. That don't scare nobody. Matt Ryan's got the ball out here in his damn hand like a grapefruit. Smack that damn arm down, ball comes out. We might get a scoop and score. No, he wants to push him. Oy vey. Oh, man. Rob you, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Rob you, writes, Chase will figure it out in due time. Patience. I'm not worried. I'm not the person you need to be talking to. I think you're talking to the rest of the congregation. I'm not the guy that's worried. You know, these things happen. Guys go into ruts and slumps. He'll break out of it. And when he does, he'll break out of it in a major way. I'm not worried. Monique, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for becoming a member of the MOBB. Really appreciate you, Monique, who writes, my husband, Paris, loves your channel. Thanks for entertaining him. Thank you. And thank your husband. I'm glad that he enjoys this. I really do appreciate him and his viewership. And I thank you for your support as well, Monique. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate both of you Thank you so much once again. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, my guy. Big Money Sonny writes, will the defense ever get off the field on third down this season? How did the secondary ever get employed? They've gotten roasted and look absolutely lost. How in the hell are they going to fix this, Lou? It's rough, Sonny, because like I just laid out, it's always a different culprit. It'd be one thing if it was just one guy or two guys. Everybody, they're taking turns passing the mistake baton. All right, you get a turn. All right, now you relay that to Kendall Fuller, who's going to run it over to Torrey McTyer, who's going to run it over to William Jackson, and then we're going to finish up that last leg with Bobby McCain, and he's going to eventually pass it to Landon Collins. Like, we just continue to make mistakes in the back end, and it's not the same guy. It's not the same coverages. It's different coverages. It's different guys. You scream for man-to-man coverage. Well, Kendall Fuller's got man-to-man against Cordero Patterson, and he gets beat. You scream for man-to-man coverage. Well, William Jackson III is in man-to-man down the field with Calvin Ridley. He gets flagged for pass interference and then wants to look around incredulously like, who, me? Yeah, you, bruh. The one that was mugging the receiver. Yes, you. And he almost had it again. And then if Calvin Ridley could catch it over the shoulder, they're down inside the 5-yard line. So, yeah, they're taking turns. Man, zone, it doesn't matter. Pick your poison. How do you fix it? I don't know. If I had the answers, I'm pretty sure they would too. It's not an easy fix when guys are messing up basic coverages. It's not an easy fix. The answer may not even be on the roster right now, to be honest with you. Christina Noel Reeves, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Christina Noel Reeves, thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna just run with this one right here. Why don't they play Jarrett Patterson? Jarrett Patterson played today. He had to. Gibby came out for a brief spell there, and they put him in the game. And he had a catch. Jarrett Patterson had a catch, and it resulted in the first down too. It was about a good 11-yard gain or so. So he got a little sniff in the game when Gibby went out there. I think it was in the fourth quarter for a little brief spell after Taylor Heineke tried to get him blazed and hurt his ribs for a second. He came out, and let's hope that that's not anything fractured, cracked, or anything, because he came back in, but adrenaline might have been flowing. Tomorrow we find out he has broken ribs and he's out for the next 3 weeks. That's very possible. So hopefully that's not the case. But they played Jarrett Patterson today. He got some run. He got a little bit of run. Thank you for the super chat, Christina Noel Reeves. Brendan McCloskey, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy BNAC, thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Writes, Lou, I don't know if you listen to 106.7 The Fan. I don't. He says, but Grant and Danny were saying that this team is incorrectly built. I want to hear your thoughts. How so is it incorrectly built? Because I agree with everything that Ron has done to this point. You remember what my philosophy was in the offseason, and Ron pretty much echoed that. I didn't think he was necessarily listening to me, but apparently he is on the same wavelength as I am. And he even confirmed that they're really trying to build it up like Buffalo did, which is you build the roster up and you drop the quarterback in and you take off there. I don't know how Grant and Danny think the roster is supposed to be built. How is it being built incorrectly? I didn't love any of the quarterbacks the last 2 years. Obviously, if we had to do over again, knowing what we know now, the Chase Young isn't the pick at 2. It's Justin Herbert, but we didn't know that. I didn't love Justin Herbert coming out. So I'm not going to second guess the pick now. It's easy to do now, but I didn't want him then. So I didn't want any of the quarterbacks where we were sitting. We weren't going to get the guys that I wanted. I wanted Zach Wilson, and the Jets got their first win today. I wanted Trevor Lawrence. I wanted, worst case scenario, I wanted Trey Lance, and I was still iffy on Trey Lance. But I said, those three, I'd be happy with either one of them. All right? I didn't want any of the other quarterbacks. I didn't want Mac Jones. I didn't want Justin Fields. I didn't want any of those guys. So I don't think they've done anything wrong right now, because the first 3 quarterbacks were spoken for in the draft. You weren't going to get your hands on Lawrence, Wilson, or Lance. You weren't going to get your hands on either one of those guys. So I didn't have a problem with what they've done. I'd love to know how they feel the roster should have been built. I don't think anything has gone wrong to this point. So I disagree with that. But I'd love to hear their thoughts or what they were saying so I can then react to that. Chris Lee, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Chris Lee, who writes, is Terry, dare I say, the best in the NFC East? Is that a real question? Is that a trick question? Chris, he's the best receiver in the NFC East. I've already made that assertion. The only guys that really you can have a conversation about are the ones in Dallas, and I'd take Terry over any of the Dallas receivers. Kenny Golladay just got here, and Kenny Galladay's cool. He's not Terry. And the Eagles don't have anybody that's close right now. Maybe Devontae Smith morphs into that down the road, but right now the Eagles don't even have anyone close. So to me, it's Terry, and it's by a runaway, miles and miles. J Mart, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy J Mart writes, new member, tide is turned. O better than D. Hashtag 13. The tide might have turned already. The offense might have passed the defense, which is crazy, but that might be where we are. You know, what's crazy is that whole argument that we had this offseason about not wanting to trade, Montez Sweat or Chase Young for, a shot at Deshaun Watson had he become available and had we been interested. It looks stupid now. It really does. I mean, the conversation was, they're going to want a bunch of ones, which you get it. And we're not trading for Deshaun Watson. Let's be clear about that. Our organization isn't going near him, whether he's innocent or not. They're not going with everything that's surrounding him. They're not going near him. So you can put that to rest. But it was funny because we were having this conversation about this defense being dominant for the next, 3 years or so. And you wanted to take advantage of that window. Maybe if you get a young quarterback in here, with the defense at the back end of that window before Montez Sweat becomes a free agent or whatever the case may be, before we have to cross that bridge, we may be able to contend for something meaningful. Wow, have we taken a massive step backwards from that whole conversation? Or what? Metaphor, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy Metaphor writes, how about D-Hop, your ass onto the unemployment? Hashtag Pinheiro. Dustin, I don't think he's going anywhere. I haven't heard Ron speak. I'm pretty sure he was asked about Dustin Hopkins. I'm pretty sure he deflected like he usually does. And I think Ron knows that the grass isn't always greener on the other side, at least not in season. It's hard to imagine them going out on the streets looking for something right now. I just don't see it happening, but I could be wrong. We'll see. Hunter Weiss, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy Hunter Weiss writes, Louie Tee needs to be our head coach. No joke. No, I do not need to be the head coach. These guys know a lot more football than I do. Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio know more football, have forgotten more football than I'll ever know. But the fact of the matter is, there are a lot of things that this team isn't doing. And I think they're coaching these guys to do it the right way. They're just not doing it on the field. So, it's some of that. I do have some ideas that I think would work. But, I mean, again, we'll see what they end up doing. Bottom line is they're struggling right now with the fundamentals, with the basics. You can't do anything exotic. You can't get creative if you can't even do the baseline things correctly. That's the part that I think Jack Del Rio is struggling with right now. You want me to get exotic with my blitz calls. We can't even play cover 3 correctly. How am I supposed to get cute? And I can't even trust him to do the most fundamental and basic things right. That's basic 101 coverage. High school, college, NFL. It's across the board, the same damn thing. It's the same coverage you've been playing since you've learned how to play defense, and we can't even get that right. How am I supposed to get creative defensively when we can't do the most fundamental coverage correctly? Twin D, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. My guy, Twin D, writes, as I've said before, even the Dallas Cowboys defense is snickering at ours. Talk about role reversals. And a lot of what they did was simply revolving around a coach. They switched coordinators. I told you guys last year when everybody was laughing at Dallas's defense, I'm like, the defense isn't as bad as you think. They just have to get a better guy in there. Now, they've got smarter players than we do, obviously, because their coverages aren't that complex. They keep it simple, does Dan Quinn with the Cowboys. All right. His MO is just play cover 3, keep everything in front of you, but we're going to be fast and aggressive, and we're going to flow to the football. And their dogs are hunting right now. Ours aren't. So it's frustrating to watch. It is. DeJuan Porch, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. DeJuan Porch. Double up. I don't think that's doubling up for you. Right. Our secondary played better together last season. How did we go so wrong? Exception juice. I wish I could tell you, man. I mean, some of it, though, you have to understand we played some bad quarterbacks that made our secondary look, better than probably what it was. There were some missed opportunities, guys open, receivers being missed because we played bad quarterbacks last year. So I think that's part of it. But you also got to give Ronald Darby some credit last year. He was a dog last year. He didn't have any picks. Go look at how many PBUs he had last year, man. Darby was not giving it up last year. That's not the case this year. So that's frustrating. Enigma, RJ, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up, who writes, can we trade for a kicker? LOL. No, they're not trading for a kicker, man. Nobody has a kicker to trade for at this point in the season. Nobody's carrying 2 field goal kickers on their roster. So if you want someone else's kicker and they got a guy on practice squad, you can just sign him. But you don't have to trade for a kicker right now. Nobody's giving you their starting kicker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just tough in season, The great Watubi, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. You were quite active in the squad today, right? So why don't we run more stunts on the D-line? Always bull rush. We stunted today. That was one of the reasons we were able to get the Matt Ryan on the sack that we had. We're moving guys around. They're just picking it up. They're just picking it up. We stunted a bunch today. Michael White, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Writes, the D heard me cussing from Kentucky. You know what? I'm at the point now where I don't get frustrated. I laugh to stop from crying now. When we give up 3rd and 11, or, it's 2nd and 9 and they get 7 and I know they're going to convert 3rd and 2. Or I'll give you the one today that really blew me away. I don't know why this is surprising to me, but it still is. It's 3rd and 3. And I said this in the MOBB. It's 3rd and 3 in the second quarter. All of our defenders are playing 7 or more yards off. All of them. ALL, all caps, all of them are playing 7 or more yards off. Some of them 10 yards off. What did you think Matt Ryan was going to do? Boop, right to the tight end over the middle of the field for 5. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's 3rd and 3. Now, they did fix that later in the game on the 3rd and 3. They still got the first down anyway. But how frustrating is that? I nearly lost my mind watching that. My wife is sitting right next to me. And I'm like, you see how far off they are? She's like, that's easy. Even my wife can see it. That's enough to drive you to drink right there. 3rd and 3, and that's not on Jack Del Rio. The players have to be smart enough to know down and distance. Come up. Red Wolves 007. Stand up. You are officially in the building as a brand new member of the MOBB. Red Wolves 007. Come on in. Mob, you know what to do. Show Red Wolves 007 some love. Welcome to the squad. Trevor Patch, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, MOBB show up at Washington Football Park tomorrow. We are kicking some balls. Ron will have a new kicker at the end of the day. Home game next. Get some LTN merch. Y'all heard the man. All right. Get some LTN merch. All right. Help yourself. I don't think we're getting a new kicker, though, Trev. We could have a mutiny outside of Redskins Park or a Washington Football Team Park, whatever they call it now. And I don't think he's changing kickers right now. And you know what? I don't know if I blame him, even though I want some new blood in there. What I don't want to have happen is all of a sudden those kicks. No kick is a guarantee with D-Hop, but all of a sudden when we start missing 43 and 38-yard field goals, which we used to make, then you're really going to be complaining. Like, just be careful here. You know what I mean? But I get it. I'm not going to – if they moved on from D-Hop, you wouldn't get any complaints out of me. That's for sure. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Big Money Sonny, writes, Heineke was crying post-game. Did you catch that? No, I didn't catch that. But he was in his hometown. You know, he grew up about 30, 45 minutes outside of Atlanta. He played his football there. He had family and friends in attendance in this game. Yeah, this one means a lot to him. You know, this one meant a lot to him because he didn't think, you know, and all those emotions come rushing out because he didn't think a year ago, this time, he'd be having an opportunity to play in front of family and friends in his hometown as a starter in the NFL, leading his team on a game-winning drive. There's a lot of emotions that come pouring out at the end of a game. So I get if he was, in fact, crying, I get it. I didn't see it, though, but I know why. You know what I mean? That's emotional stuff. J Mart, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, J Mart, writes, Carter is a breath of fresh air. Indeed. Amen to that. Why do we keep getting exploited on D? Confidence is an MFer and we lack it. I broke my TV. Wife is pissed. Come on, J Mart. We had this discussion 2 weeks ago when somebody was like, I almost broke my TV. We can't be breaking electronics nor appliances because of this football team. You know the rules to the game, then play, J Mart. You can't be breaking television sets, man. Now, they're relatively cheap, but if it's not broke, don't fix it. You just broke it. Now you have to fix it. Come on, man. This team is enough to drive you to drink. They're enough to drive you to do a lot of things. Breaking electronics is not supposed to be one of them because they do this every week. You'll never have a TV in your home. Need you to be better, J Mart. And if I were your wife, I'd be pissed too. She has every right to be upset right now. I know mine would be if I broke a TV over this team. That's for damn sure. Kalen Meekins, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Kalen Meekins writes, ran the NASCAR package one time with effect. So the defense that I told you I have is sort of a NASCAR package. I would call it the speed package. You can call it whatever you want. But I would put as much speed on the field as possible. And in my package, that's exactly what I would do. I didn't see the NASCAR package out there, but I'll see it when I watch the game back, and we'll see what kind of effect. You said it had an effect. We'll see if it had an effect or not. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Big Money Sonny, writes, terrible looking 2-2. Yale will take it, but it looks rough, man. Assuming Heineke plays game manager, does he keep the starting spot? If we keep winning ball games, he'll keep starting. They're not going to move him out of the spot. You could argue the 2 wins are because of Taylor Heineke, not in spite of Taylor Heineke. The 1 loss, he wasn't good in it, but neither was the defense, neither was the entire team. You know, you had a fumble by Logan Thomas in that game, and the defense was atrocious. Yeah, he didn't lose it by himself, but he wasn't great last week. But right now, Taylor Heineke as a starter is 2-1 this year for Washington, and he's playing well. And 3 more touchdown passes today. You know, he managed the game well. He made some iffy throws. The arm strength is clearly an issue when he tries to do too much. But with that said, 2 opportunities on game-winning drives, 2 successful game-winning drives. So right now, I'd say Taylor Heineke is doing his part to try and grab a hold of this starting quarterback spot. He's gaining this team's trust. They believe that they can win with him. And every time he has the football late in the game, right now, he's got them believing. And that's a good thing. I don't give a shit how terrible the 2-2 looks, Big Money Sonny. I'm sorry. I can't get with that one. You know, I know a lot of teams that would love to look terrible at 2-2 versus being terrible at 0-4 or terrible at 1-3. You don't think the Giants would prefer to be 2-2 right now instead of 1-3? Nobody gives a shit at how it looks. 3 weeks from now, we won't be talking about, oh man, we struggled with the Lions or the Falcons, excuse me. If we find a way to right the ship and turn things around and win a lot of games, we won't be talking about how it looked in week 4 against the Falcons or how it looked in week 2 versus the Giants. Just get the brick in the left-hand column and stack as many of them up as you can, and we'll sort them out at the end of the season and see if we have enough bricks to qualify for postseason play. I don't care how it looks. I've told you guys that from the jump. I don't care if we give up 700 yards of total offense. If we win the game 50-49, sign me up. We'll be here bitching and complaining about how bad this defense is, but we won. That's all I care about. That's all I ever care about. We got the win. We're 2-2. You'll never make me feel bad about it. Jay, DSG, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, who writes, Washington fans and ATL stand up. Man, there were a lot of Washington fans at the game. I was so pleased with the turnout. There were times where the Falcons were on the field and they were booing Falcons first downs. And when we had the Chase Young penalty, it was louder for the boos than it was for the cheers for the Falcons. Like when McKissick scored that touchdown, it was loud. You would have thought we were at home. I loved it. I loved it. Stand up, Washington fans and ATL. Red Wolves 007. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. And welcome to the MOBB, who writes, I'm flying into Maryland this weekend. I'll be the kicker from here on out. This defense is a shut of themselves from last year. Hashtag still hopeful. As am I. I'm still hopeful, but I lost a lot of hope today. I see the same mistakes. I can say this, just like my guy, CD Chauncey Davis said, it's from the neck up. And when it's from the neck up, there's still a chance that you can turn it around. But when you see the same problems over and over again, repeatedly, that gets harder and harder for me to just say, well, fix it. No, you're not going to fix it because you keep doing the same thing. Obviously, you don't understand. That's tough to stomach again. But anyway, thank you for the super chat, Red Wolves 007. Can you kick? Did I, Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Big Money Sonny writes, did I mention that the defense is cheeks? Yeah, I think you did earlier. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to mention it again because they are cheeks. Hot, funky cheeks right now. DMV fan 123. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, like Freaky Friday with Dallas and Washington football team D, LOL. Yeah, doesn't it seem like they switch bodies? And like all of a sudden our defense is theirs and their defense is ours. Like, what in the hell is going on? It is insane how the tables have turned so quickly, I might add. Unbelievable. Carlton Bagano Jackson, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. My guy CPJ writes, just showing some love. Great win today. Defense better shape the F up or I'm putting my kids out there to play. LOL. MOBB. Yeah. At times it feels like we got high schoolers out there, man. Like, and I know these guys are better than this. That's the frustrating part. We know they can be so much better, but we're just not getting it out of them for whatever reason. Zachary Minor, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. I'm trying to think, did you double up or was that Zachary Portnoy? We're just going to double up anyway. Double up. Thank you, Zachary Minor, for the super chat. Excuse me, who writes, glad we got Curtis back. He was moving the chains. Absolutely. Del Rio, Collins, and Bostic are still on he said Del Rio, Collins, and Bostic are still playing on passing downs. Shaking my head. Again, Bostic left this game with a shoulder injury, did not return. So we'll see, man. Again, the depth is getting tested. That's for sure. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I digress. Jenny Perez, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Jenny writes, loved Heineke finding McKissick on that touchdown. Defense needs to go back to school, though. Tough road ahead. I loved him finding McKissick on that play as well. Extending. He put in a long extendo clip, backed up, and then looked all the way back across, which is a no-no. Don't throw across your body. But there was no Falcons on that side of the football field. What a job by JD of outrunning Deion Jones, who's one of the faster linebackers on the Falcons team, and turning that corner. You know, I thought he was going to get tripped up because, you know, JD didn't have the best balance in the world. And so with Jones, you know, touching him, I thought, oh, he's going to trip up and fall down. But JD kept his balance, turned the corner on him. And as he got closer, I'm like, I don't know if you should score here. But, you know, it's funny because I say don't score, go out at the 1, whatever, but you never know. We could have a fumbled snap or a penalty that backs us up, and then suddenly, all of a sudden, Dustin is kicking a 3-yard field goal, just like the extra points, and he misses. You never know what could happen. So just take the points while they're being presented to you. A hell of a play by J.D. McKissick, and it's not a coincidence that in the 2 wins, J.D. McKissick has had a massive role for this team, and in the 2 losses, J.D. McKissick has been invisible. I don't really understand why Scott Turner and the staff isn't getting that J.D. McKissick has to be a bigger part of the offense. I don't get it. Thank you for the super chat, Jenny Perez. Jason Rogers, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Jason, writes, sorry, Lou. It wasn't on punt. My bad. Okay. Yeah. I was like, am I tripping? You know, Logan Thomas got hurt on the first we got a first down on the first possession, which, yay! We still didn't score any damn points. But on the second set of downs, which is what we ultimately punted, he got hurt on that 3rd down. And that's when he came out of the game. So he was going after the first possession of the game. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Big Money Sonny, writes, defense needs to walk home except for Payne. Nah, man. I mean, they got to continue to work. I keep saying this. They got the stops when we needed them. It wasn't pretty, but unlike against the Chargers and unlike against the, well, I shouldn't say unlike the Giants, because they got the stop against the Giants, held them to a field goal, but I also thought the Giants got conservative, just like the Falcons did, and helped them out. You know, either way, they did get the stops. Because remember, when we were down 30 to 22, the first time, the offense went out and went 3 and out. So if the Falcons were to score or to possess it for 5 or 6 minutes, because when we went 3 and out, I think there was still like 12 minutes left in the 4th quarter. So there's still plenty of time, but I was like, if somebody in the MOBB said, well, here goes another 6-minute drive the Falcons are about to go on. And if they would have done that and scored a field goal, we lose. We wouldn't have had enough time. But the defense got to stop. Got to stop with about 8 minutes or so, maybe 8 minutes it felt like left. We got it back. We had this methodical drive. I'm almost pissed off at Scott Turner because I'm saying, like, bro, we're not getting this 2-point conversion. You know that. I know that. We all know that. You should be having a little sense of urgency. We were running the ball on 2nd and 10 and stupid shit. Like, I'm like, what are we doing? Luckily, we kept converting 3rd downs. And then we ultimately scored the touchdown to Terry. It did not come easy, but we got it. And we knew we weren't going to get the 2-point conversion. That's why I was like, we need to hurry up, because you don't want to score this thing with 2 minutes left, and all the Falcons have to do is get 1 first down and the game's over. Don't put that much faith in this defense to get a stop. But we scored with about 4 minutes left, and then the Falcons, they I don't know what they were doing. Maybe it was 5 minutes left or whatever, but they decided they wanted to burn clock And I'm like, what are you doing? This game is not over. Keep your foot down on the gas pedal. They didn't. We got the stop. The defense got stops when we needed them to. 2 big stops at the end. 3 if you count the final possession. It wasn't pretty. It was gritty. And most importantly, it was a dub. Tony P56. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Tony P56, who writes, he's not worthy of Dustin. He's Dusty Hopkins. His mama named him Dustin. I'm going to call him Dustin, man. I'm not going to throw Dusty out there. But if you want to call him Dusty Hopkins, knock yourself out. That's too close to a damn nickname for me. Even though it's a funky one, I'm going to just keep calling the man Dustin. Anyway. Eric DeBose. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Eric writes, Lou, we are officially the cardiac Washington football team. It seems like it, man. Every time we win, it's literally a near heart attack. And for some of you, somebody said they had 50 heart attacks today. Others of you have said, look, I'm just coming down from my heart attack. Yeah, they don't make it easy on us. But again, I'll take it with a dub and a smile for sure. Zachary Minor, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, my guy. Zachary Minor writes, Samuels on third down was great. Del Rio still putting Bostic and Landon on third and long passing downs, shaking my head. Samuels was outstanding in the limited reps that he had on the field. I thought he gave us a spark. And he looks good in burgundy and gold, I may add. He looks fast. He looks spry. I love it. Hopefully he gets more acclimated and he stays healthy, because he's going to be a big part of this football team moving forward. As far as Bostic and Landon are concerned, I mean, it is what it is. I told you I'm not going to continue to cry over spilt milk. It is what it is. Until you can officially replace those guys, they're going to be on the field. I think this is the last year of Landon here. I think this could be the last year of John Bostic being here. But as long as they're here, they're going to play. So we'll see. Hunter Weiss, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Hunter Weiss, thank you so much for, I believe this is your 3rd super sticker of the night. I can't thank you enough. Greatly appreciate you for becoming a brand new member of the MOBB. Hunter Weiss, thank you so much for your support. Got another one here from Kismet, a man of faith. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes, pay the man paying for that veteran move at the end. What a move it was. What a veteran move that was. You would have thought that man's been in the league for 7 years with that veteran move, because he hung on to Matt Ryan. Then he let Matt go, but he didn't let the ball go. Matt was tripping because he should have let the ball go, but he kept hanging on to the ball. So Payne was like, I got it. And then finally Matt Ryan let it go. They fell, and then it got kicked. And then the official had to run it back some more. They got the spike off with 1 second. Those officials were terrible. What a move by Payne, though. What a veteran move. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Big Money Sonny writes, Ed Oliver is the only cat that will have an optimistic viewpoint on the defense. Salutes to him, though. Hey, look, I'll never knock another man for being optimistic, because I am an optimist as well. But there's only so much you can take, right? The defense isn't good. And until they show us otherwise, they stink. So that's where we are with it. That's where I am. I can't speak for you. Some of you knew this defense was going to be bad before the season started. You were questioning the defense, which I thought was absurd. I don't feel that way anymore. Obviously, I told you guys to pump your brakes on expectations, but no one could have imagined that we'd be one of the worst defenses in the league. I just was saying, hey, you guys are talking top 5. I'm talking more along the lines of top 10 to 12 with this schedule, but relax, but we're going to be fine defensively. No, we're not fine defensively. Let's see. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Big Money Sonny writes, Lou, we're so bad that Dirty Chez covered the broadcast. Landon should go to jail for grand larceny. He's got to go too. Dirty Chez, I thought he was okay. He got like a C. I wouldn't give him a C-. I wouldn't give him a B+. He was a C. He messed up some names. I thought that he, pointed out some things that were accurate. Then I thought he pointed out some things that weren't accurate. I thought he was okay. I don't mind him, but I'm not a big fan of his right now. He's got to win me over. I thought he would be a little bit better. I can tell you this, of the new guys that have come in for Fox, Greg Olsen is the best of those guys right now. Dirty Chaz isn't great. MTM, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Maranthana, who writes, Lou, are we bringing in kickers? I don't know. I would love to tell you yes. I can't give you anything. How many times have we thought that this was the end of Dustin Hopkins, only to have Ron not bring in any competition, to dismiss any issues with Dustin? I think he's going to continue to stick with him. I think that Ron's patience is running. It's starting to run thin, but I think he's going to stick with him. We'll see. Dewan Porch, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, Dustin's new name equals Sugarfoot at Jew24. Sugarfoot. Oh, man. Sugarfoot. Chauncey Davis, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Chauncey. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Chauncey Davis, who writes, Lou, Chauncey, I believe in this defense. It takes young folks a little longer to adjust. The turnaround is coming, period. Look, we were here last week, the week before that. I can't invest in this defense with positive thoughts after this week. This was supposed to be the get right week. I don't know when it comes. I still think it could come, but I'm not looking for it to come anymore. Before, I was certain it was coming. I couldn't tell you when, but I said this is as good as any this is as good as any week to have it come. But I was like, wait, they're gonna fix it. It's gonna be fine. I don't feel that way anymore. If it comes, I wouldn't be shocked, but I'm not looking for it anymore. Because I already told you the talent is here. That's why I wouldn't be shocked if it came, if they turned it around. But the fact that we keep making the same mistakes shows me that I don't know if we have a smart defense. I don't think we have a smart defense. And that's going to hurt you long run wise. It's going to hurt you. Now, we could get some new blood in there. You know, Khalil Hudson and some other guys could get in there, infuse this defense with a little bit of speed and maybe some playmaking ability. And who knows what happens. But right now, I don't know if the turnaround is coming or not, Chauncey. I hope you're right. I hope you're right for all of our sakes. Benjamin Slade, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Benjamin. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Kevin the PRF, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Kevin the PRF writes, educate me on calling a blitz on 3rd and short and telling your DBs to play 10 yards off the receiver. Again, there were times where we were playing off on 3rd and short, and I'm like, what are we doing? How like it's one thing if it's 3rd and 8 and you want to play off, you know, force them to throw it underneath the sticks, rally up and tackle. It's 3rd and 3. All the guy has to do is release off the line of scrimmage, look back at Matt Ryan, and he gets it to him. It's a first down. What are we doing? We're too far back. I need to be educated on that as well, Kev. Your guess is as good as mine. We might be talking about the same play. Kevin the PRF, thank you for the super chat. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. My guy, Kevin the PRF writes, I mean, just start dialing Zendejas and Grammaticas out of the white pages. You're bound to hit on something. I don't really know what to do. I mean, there's not a lot of good options out there. Like I said, you know, you flip the kicker now, and what you'll mess around and have happen is that you'll sign one of these kickers that used to be good, that isn't anymore, and you'll get him and he'll stink. Ask the Minnesota Vikings. Ask the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ask the Chicago Bears. I've seen teams have seasons ruined because their first kicker wasn't getting it done. They switched, and the next kicker was even worse than the first kicker. Again, I'm not saying that they shouldn't do anything, but I wouldn't blame them if they didn't do anything right now. It's never an ideal situation to have kicker issues in season. I wanted this handled in the offseason. They didn't even bring a kicker to camp to challenge Dustin Hopkins. That was the problem I had. Like, I didn't have a problem with him remaining on the roster, but we can't even get a guy in camp to push him, to make him feel like his job is at stake. That's why we're here. Derek B, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy Derek B writes, O is subpar. 31 versus the G-Men, 28 versus the Falcons. Eagles had 41. The Eagles scored 32 points against the Falcons. The Buccaneers scored 40-something, but they also had like 3 defensive touchdowns or 2 defensive touchdowns in that game. I don't really know what more you want out of the offense. I guess you want them to score 40 every week. With no help from the defense, they're not getting short fields. They're not getting any turnovers. For the 3rd straight week, we do not create a single turnover. I don't really know what you want this offense to do other than what it's done to this point. We should have scored 37 points today because we wouldn't have gone for 2. If he makes the 2 extra points, that's 37 points. I said one of the keys to the game was that we needed to score touchdowns, not field goals. We had the one drive where we settled for a field goal because we couldn't get it in from about the 3-yard line, which was, I thought, poor play calling from Scott Turner. And I actually thought he had a really good day. But I wasn't impressed with those calls down there on the 20-yard field goal that we had to attempt. I thought that was some poor play calling. But outside of that, we scored touchdowns. We scored touchdowns today. They weren't all from the red zone. Obviously, the J.D. McKissic touchdown was outside of the red zone. The Terry touchdown, I think both of Terry's touchdowns were outside of the red zone. I think the one trip we made in the red zone, we had to settle for a field goal. But, we scored touchdowns for the most part today. So I really don't know what more you want. Antonio Gibson scored. So I think we had 2 because Gibby scored a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, his first of the season. 4 touchdowns for the offense. I don't know what more you want from the offense than that, honestly speaking. 4 touchdowns. And a kickoff return for a touchdown. That's the other touchdown. I don't know what else you want. Damn Twin, Decipher. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Damn Twin writes, good to have Curtis back. Minimal snaps and targets, but very timely receptions to move the chains. I thought he was phenomenal today. Again, he's going to help this offense drastically. And I already think the offense has been playing well. He's going to help it play even better once he gets back up to speed and more consistently on the field, and they find more creative ways to get him involved. I think this offense can be even better. So, I thought it was a great first start for him. Indeed. Some timely catches, as you mentioned, and moving the sticks in some pivotal situations for sure. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, he said, I think we get bad refs in our game because our team is trash. The refs get a lot of cardio when our defense is on the field. I don't know what it is. Maybe that cardio is leading to a lack of oxygen to their brains sometimes, but they're struggling, man. They struggled in this game. And again, I'm not one to really harp on the officials, but they were bad in this football game for sure. Irish, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. And thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, not football. Heineke makes plays because he is fearless. We got to take the good with the bad. You're right. And I'm not going to beat him up for some of those throws that I didn't love that almost got picked off. When we needed plays to be made, 4 made them. End of discussion. Drop the mic. That's how that goes. Okay. But you can't ignore the fact that he almost threw 2 picks. And those almost interceptions were interceptions last week and could easily be interceptions next week. And that's why you have to continue to grow. If you're Taylor Heineke, you can't make the same mistakes that you made this week, because those almost interceptions may turn into interceptions against a better Saints defense, which we'll be playing next week. Let's see. 4G63 Addict. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, JD 100% gets a game ball. His body control and situational awareness is unmatched. Hail, without a doubt. Did I mention him when I said game balls needed to be handed out? I felt like JD. Oh, no. I think it was DeAndre Carter, and I said Heineke. And yes, you're right. JD should get a game ball as well. I thought he was phenomenal. And I've said this already. When JD's more involved, this offense is better because of it. And I don't understand why they don't understand that, and why I love Gibby just as much as the next man. There's enough opportunities for both of those guys, but I need to make sure if I'm the coaching staff, 41's getting opportunities to touch it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. 41. And you know what we're also realizing is that 41 has to be re-signed. There was this thought process of, we got Jarrett Patterson. We don't need J.D. McKissick. F that. I want J.D. McKissick back. He needs to be re-signed ASAP. So that's something I can say right now. I want J.D. McKissick back. J Mart, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy J Mart writes, Lou, the season is going according to plan. Was not supposed to beat LA or Buffalo. He said maybe. I thought we should have beaten LA. So I don't subscribe to that. I had us beating both of those teams, and I had us beating Atlanta as well. So 3-1 is what we should have been. You could argue we could have been. We could easily be 0-4 right now too. So 2-2 is probably where we should be. He says, but he said even with the New York and Atlanta got the dubs, could be 2-5 or 3-4 for Denver. I think I said going into Denver, we needed to be 3-4. That's what I said, to have a chance to get back to 500 right before the bye week. We're going to have that opportunity if we win next week against New Orleans. If we don't beat the Saints, likelihood is we go into that game against the Denver Broncos at 2-5 and are literally fighting for our lives and need a win to avoid going into the bye at 2-6 and having the season be completely over at that point. So next week is huge. Next week is the difference between actually having a chance to have a season, and you could arguably say that we are then in win now mode after that. And you don't want to be in win now mode at home against Kansas City and then on the road at Green Bay and then on the road at Denver. So this was big for obvious reasons. Next week is just as big as well. Let's see. Metaphor, thank you for this super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Metaphor, writes, after this, I had to lubricate since the first drive. I get it. I would have had a drink in the first quarter, but I didn't want, I can't eat or drink anything during a game. My nerves aren't good enough to do that. I'm not thinking about eating or fueling up or trying to calm down. I'm locked in. So I don't even think about eating or drinking anything until after the game is over. That's always been the way that I've been during football games, or any game for that matter, when I'm nervous. Chris Lee, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, I know hindsight is 20/20, but should we have kept Darby? I mean, Darby's hurt right now, so you could look at it, two different ways. You could say, yeah, we should have kept Darby, but he could still be hurt right now. Or you can say, no, we did the right thing, and William Jackson III will snap out of it and he'll play better football. Give me the guy that is at least available. Darby's not even available, and that's been the story of his career. Literally, in his contract season, he stayed healthy for 16 games. The minute he got his contract, he's hurt again. And I think that would have happened had we retained Darby here. He'd be hurt right now. So I'm fine with William Jackson III. If you ask me who's going to snap out of it, I'm going to tell you it's going to be William Jackson III. He's going to make some plays for us this season. But he's lacking the confidence right now. Like I said, up here. Just like my guy, Chauncey Davis said, here, up. He'll be fine. Martin Matthews, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Double M, writes, hey, Louie, regarding a previous question, I believe Logan was hurt on the punting team. I don't know if he was on punts or not when he got injured. I thought he was down the field on a third down. All we know is that we came back from a commercial break and they're showing Logan and he's 30 yards down the field and he's lame. I don't think that happened on punts is what I'm telling you. I don't think Logan Thomas, our starting tight end, is on punts. When you have two reserve tight ends. You don't put three reserve. You don't put all three of your tight ends on punts. I don't think Logan Thomas is on the punt team is what I'm trying to tell you. We've got two tight ends in Ricky Seals-Jones and John Bates that are both on punts. You don't need a third on punts. So what I'm telling you is only 11 guys are on the punt team. One is a long snapper, one is a punter, and the other is a personal protector. Of the other 8, 2 are gunners. The 5 linemen that you have, Logan Thomas is not in on punt returns. This is what I'm trying to punt kick coverage is what I'm telling you. He got hurt on a third down, and we just didn't know about it until after the break, so it seemed like it happened on punts. That's my guess. Thank you for the super chat, Double M. J Mart, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, I'm in on Ron's plan. I think, he says, but I don't agree with the Fitz signing. It seems it should have been TH from the jump. They said competition, all eyes. You knew it wasn't a competition, though. We all knew that. I told you guys, there's no competition here. Ron's going to say that because he feels bad about what he did last offseason when he just gave Dwayne the job. But there's no competition here. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the guy, and he was going to be the guy until he got hurt. So, yeah, I believe in what Ron's building as well. I believe in Ron's plan. You know, I'm a Ron's plan guy. Dre, true statement. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, man, Terry cooked Fabian all day. You warned me, Lou. Look, Terry's a number one stud. Fab is a guy that is solid, but he's not capable of handling another team's number one. So we could see that one coming a mile away, but we do appreciate Fab for playing. Thanks for playing, Fab. Martin Matthews, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy Double M writes, hey, Louie. Hey, Martin. He says, I think we got 2 holding calls on Terry. Are you kidding me? He was mugged and double teamed the entire game. Where the hell are the PI calls? Just frustrated, Lou. Yeah, Terry gets mugged. He did draw a couple of flags. I thought the egregious miss, however, was on the touchdown that he caught. That had to be a flag. I mean, he's going back for the ball, and the guy is literally trying to tackle him. Terry gets away and manages to make his way back to the football to catch it. But there should have been a flag. Maybe if Terry doesn't catch it, the official says, oh, almost like how, in the NBA, a guy makes a layup. You don't blow the whistle for an and one. But if he misses, you get a late whistle because the official wanted to see if he was going to make it first. And since he missed, now you blow the whistle and you give him 2 free throws because he missed the layup. I think that's what might have happened there. I could be wrong. Normally the officials throw it anyway. But because Terry caught it, it was easy to not worry about it. But I'm like, no, I want my damn flag. Anyway, I digress. Charles Jackson, stand up. You are officially the newest member of the MOBB, Charles Jackson. Come on in, mob. You know what to do. Show Charles some love. Charles, welcome to the squad. Welcome aboard, Charles Jackson. Glad to have you. Burger the Buncher, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, We kind of won because Atlanta dropped so many balls. You can say the same thing against the Giants. We kind of won because the Giants made mistakes. That's not our problem. All we can do is take advantage of the opportunities that are given to us, and we did that. I'm not going to apologize because another team made mistakes. I've said this before. A wise man once told me more games in the National Football League are lost than they are won. You're not going to make me feel bad because the other team lost it, and because of that, we won it. I just want to be on the right side of that equation, and we were for the second time this season. No apologies necessary. Trust me. Nobody's apologizing. At least I'm not. I can't speak for any of you out there. Red Wolves 007. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Who writes, I'm good for all the extra points all day, baby. Okay. So the 33 yarders you're good on. What happens when we trot you out there from 52, though? We need those too. Red Wolves 007. I need those as well. Anyway, got another super sticker from my guy, Hunter Weiss. Thank you for the super sticker. Really do appreciate you, Hunter Weiss. Thank you so much for your continued support and contributions on the afternoon. Jack Clemens. Stand up, Jack. You are officially in the building as a brand new member of the MOBB. Jack Clemens, come on in, mob. You know what to do. Show Jack some love. Give him a big hug. He's now the newest member of the MOBB. Jack, thank you for your membership. Look forward to chopping it up with you. Welcome aboard. Got another super chat here from GearCell1. Thank you for the super chat, GearCell1. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, hey, Louie. What's up, GearCell? Tired of this defense playing like they're wearing flannel He-Man under rules. Tragic. Seems like no matter what the D coordinator, we have the same issues every year. It didn't feel like this last year, though. And we were expecting so much because it was year 2 of Jack. You know what I'm saying? With better talent this time around. So that's the frustrating part, is that, Jack is a guy that I still trust and believe in. I still believe that this team is super talented on both sides of the football. But unfortunately, they're not maximizing the talent on the defensive side. And that is not just the coaches, it's the players as well. They're making mistakes, simple mistakes. And those are the things that I just can't get with, Thank you for the super chat, GearCell1. Sam Suri, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Sam writes, we are about to see some more Patterson, Gibby, Gimp. We may have to, Gibby. Again, I hope his ribs aren't cracked or broken or fractured or anything of the sort, but he took a hell of a shot. Taylor set him up. That's bullshit on Taylor's part. You can't put your guy in that kind of position. Can't set your man up like that. Got a corner sitting out there in the flats. You cannot send him to his demise like that. So we may get more Patterson, unfortunately. But that's why you have depth in the event that something like that does occur. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Big Money Sonny, writes, it's time Ron starts holding guys accountable. Del Rio, Dusty Hopkins, the entire trash secondary, to name a few. But what are you going to do? Bench the entire secondary? We don't have enough players to put in the game. Like, these guys, they have to snap out of this funk. They have to start doing things correctly. Now, you could bench a guy or two here or there. I'm all for that. I advocated for that last week. If a guy isn't going to do what they're put in the game to do, get somebody else in there that will. I've advocated that already. So I'm not against that, but you can't bench the whole secondary. You don't have enough guys back there to do that. So something's got to change. You hope that these guys continue to watch the film and understand, dude, do your job. But, it's still a struggle right now. It really is. It's frustrating, but it is. Kenny Davis, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Kenny Davis, writes, if our DBs just turn their effing heads around, he said, I think they could have had a few. One hit Torrey McTyer in the back of the head. Turn around, bruh. He's in perfect position. The ball doinked him off the back of his. Just turn around. I feel you, Kenny. I feel you. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Big Money Sonny writes, Lou, you got some crust building in the corner of your mouth. Do I? Take care of that. Go get something to drink, my brother. I'm going to be good. As soon as I'm done, I got a plate of spaghetti and a glass of red wine waiting on me. So it's all good. I ain't tripping. But I'm going to go ahead and clean that crust up if it does exist. It should be gone now. I think I'm straight. Appreciate you, Big Money Sonny. Joe Rockhead J, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, is time really the answer, or do heads need to roll? I mean, time may be the answer, but sometimes heads do need to roll. But I mean, what are you talking about? How significant of the heads are you talking about having roll? And, you know, that's the biggest thing. Like, Jack Del Rio isn't going anywhere. Dustin Hopkins, could you have his head roll? Maybe. I wouldn't be against that. I am cautious, though, with that. You know how I feel about that. You know, a secondary member or two, if you said, hey, I actually thought, you know, Bobby McCain gave up a big play, man. There's no way around it. I actually thought Bobby wasn't bad today, though. Bobby had a big breakup, which is what he was supposed to do when Cordell Patterson was deep. Just play your responsibility. And a big breakup on Calvin Ridley deep. If he wasn't there, that's another 50-plus yard reception. I thought McCain, after the busted coverage, thought he was actually pretty good. Almost had an interception, a diving interception off of a ball that tipped off the hands of a receiver. Like, I didn't think McCain was terrible after that. But you can't be making those types of mistakes. So I don't really know. It's hard to say if heads should roll or not. Michael White, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Michael. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, do you think the team would be better with Mike Hilton bringing Darby back instead of William Jackson and rolling with Kendall Fuller in the slot? Mike Hilton, I wanted him in free agency. You know that. He hasn't been great in coverage, but he just does everything well. Nothing great. His coverage skills aren't top notch, but he's a tremendous blitzer. He's a physical tackler, and he's always around the football making things happen. I wanted Mike Hilton here, but they went in a different direction. As far as Darby is concerned, again, I think Darby was going to get hurt. I thought last year was an aberration. I thought it was one of those situations where a guy usually plays out of his brain, stays healthy during a contract year. For whatever reason, God always sets it up that way so that a guy can get paid, and I'm never against that. I just didn't want to be the one to pay him if he was going to get hurt again. And he did. He's already hurt in Denver, and he's on IR right now, you know, so with a hamstring injury. So he probably would have been hurt here too. But if you tell me I get a healthy Darby, I would have just said, bring Darby back. He was outstanding for us last year. But you couldn't count on Darby staying healthy. That was the thing. You know, you were playing with house money with Darby last year. So anyway, I digress. That's going to do it for me, your man, Louie Tee. Thank you for all of the support today. And most notably, thank you for the win. God, we needed that win so badly. Oh my God. 1-3 would have been insufferable. I was like, if we lose this game, I'm entertaining all draft talk. I'm entertaining all discussions about the offseason, who needs to stay. I'm entertaining all of those things at that point, at 1-3. Now I can fight those things off at least for a couple more weeks, maybe 3 more weeks, depending on what we do in this next game. We win next game, and I can fight that all the way off until November. Okay? After the bye week. If we don't win next week, then every week is a struggle, and more likely than not, the season's over prior to the bye week. So unless you beat Denver and get to the bye at 3-5, then you're not totally dead, but more likely than not, the Cowboys, if we go to 3-5, the Cowboys are probably going to be 6-2 or something like. They're going to be running away with the division. So we're not getting in with a wild card this year. You either win the division, as I said already, and the Cowboys are going to lose some games in there. Like, they're not this juggernaut. Let's not make the Cowboys out to be something other than them playing really good ball. All right, they beat a good Panthers team today, but they still can be had. And they've got some losable games on their schedule, but more likely than not, when you look at the schedule, they should win a lot of those games. So we'll see what happens with Dallas. Anyway, I digress. That's going to do it for me, your man, Louie T. We get the win today. I am a Washington fan, etched in burgundy and gold. Washington spirit will never die. Washington spirit will never fold until we meet again. Hail to our beloved Washington football team. Whew. We're 2-2. We're in second place all by our lonesome in the division. Man, 2-2 has never felt so good. All right, got a lot of work to do, but we'll do it with a smile and a win. I'll talk to you guys later on tonight for Sunday Night Football overtime. And for those of you that I don't see then, I'll see you tomorrow for Washington Football Nightly or for the Louie Tee Network podcast. Either way, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, as will I. Have a good one. God bless and good night. Louie Tee.